We're back, y'all, with episode 2. This is the show where we walk you through R&B craftsmanship, legacy, and brotherhood. For those of you who've been living on the moon for the last 10 years, this guy to my right is super producer.
I am Bryan-Michael Cox, and this guy to my left is the great
Johnta Austin. Welcome to Sessions. Craftsmanship, legacy, and brotherhood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You hear that crystal?
Right there. Ooh.
That's crystal. We haven't even scratched the surface of, what we plan to do and what we're gonna take you guys through, but...
Jazzy and Teddy are telling me that you're the first person there and the last person to leave. The song is.
Did you ever get it to make anything for Beyonce?
Yes.
Wow.
And how he is.
I mean, she is 5'5", too, yeah.
For a fact, but I want you. We are actually writing the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you doing all of this?
Now, this guy next to me needs no introduction, but...
I'm Bryan-Michael Cox, and the guy to my left is...
Johnta Austin.
And welcome to Sessions.
So episode 2, man, we back.
We back, baby.
You are back from L.A.?
Yeah, for the Grammys. Fresh off the Grammys, yes,
Fresh
sir.
off the Grammys.
Yes, sir.
Was it the 20th?
Yeah, my 20th year Grammy brunch this year. We unfortunately, we had a dear friend of ours, an incredible pillar in the Atlanta community. My friend Jarrell Allen passed away recently. He's the one that actually helped me create the brunch. So we decided to honor him in a very big way, this year for the 20th. And then we also honored Eric Roberson. And
one of Jarrell's clients, yes, absolutely.
Proteges, oh no.
Yes.
And my good friend Ashley Christopher, who created HBCU Week, so she does a lot in the community for HBCUs, and just doing great things for the kids out here. So it was great, man. We had a great time. You know what I mean? It was fun. We had the champagne, we had the booze flowing. You know what I'm saying? We had the,
I love it. I love to hear that, and I'm glad you guys honored you. Matter of fact. Dry January. Last time we saw you guys, it was dry January, and I wasn't drinking. It's not dry January.
It is not dry. It is not dry January anymore. So we are here.
To Jarrell.
To Jarrell. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You hear that crystal?
Right there. Ooh.
That's crystal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's good. So okay, the 20th.
The 20th. So we did that, and of course we did the thing. We took our Wednesday night party vibe.
Ladies love R&B.
Ladies love R&B. I got the sweatshirt on now. We took that vibe to LA for Jermaine So Def party, Grammy party. Me and Mixmaster David, and we had D-Nice come by, M.O. West, and
the Troubadour.
The Troubadour.
Yeah.
And Ari Lennox, Division, A. Marie, Trey Songz,
yeah.
B2K, Bow Wow,
yeah.
John B. It was just a night to remember.
Stone groove, my man. Baby. That's what I heard.
It was amazing.
I heard it was a stone groove.
So it was good, man. And I'm, involved in the Grammys in a lot of capacities, and so we had a songwriting composers wing. Launch party, it was really, really dope. You know what I'm saying? Like just being involved and kind of just seeing what's happening. The Black Music Collective. I think we honored Kirk Franklin.
Yes.
Pharrell got honored in a proper way. Who else was there? We honored like 2 more people. It was great though.
The Music Cares.
Music Cares was great. Mariah, Jermaine, did this big one with her for the Music Cares. It was jam-packed. I will say this, the week was jam-packed.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Let me ask you this. Of course, your brunch is a highlight, but for you, being in the game this long, going this long, just talk a little bit about, do you have a favorite part of Grammy Week that you look forward to every year? I can't wait to get out there and do this.
I look forward to the Black Music Collective.
Okay.
For sure. It's to me like a proper, outside of my brunch obviously, but it's a proper connect in our community. It's showing the staying power of what we do and how important what we do is to that community, to the Grammy organization.
Yeah.
And it's just great to see big people like Pharrell come back and really, support it. Kirk Franklin come and support it. We do the Dr. Dre. Grammy, the Black Grammy, the fact that we have our own thing, I think that it's fantastic. And the show was always amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it feels like it feels like a proper reunion. You see people we haven't seen in a long time or all year, and you get to reconnect and reset. You know what I mean? And really set the tone for the business of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that is a great thing for us as a community. Music Cares, of course. To me, Music Cares is like the show. To me, it's like that's like for the executives and creatives and the people who are in the community, Music Cares is like the real Grammys. And when you guys see the show, that's just kind of it's like going to the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Music Cares is like where you really connect and really do the thing. Because at the show, it's hard to really connect. It's such a big deal, big show, commercial breaks, all kinds of things going on.
Yeah.
So I look at those events like Music Cares and the BMC like our Grammys for real, and then the shows for the public, to kind of, take in.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
You remember your first Grammy?
Do I remember my first Grammy? Yes, I do, actually.
What was your first Grammy for?
My first Grammy was for, was it for Fantasia? No, I'm sorry, my first Grammy was for, I believe my first nomination was Jagged Edge and Nivea.
Okay.
My first Grammy...
Was it Mary?
No, it was before Mary.
Before Mary, okay.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was before Mary. It wasn't Mary. It was Mary.
Okay.
It got to be. It was Mary.
My first one was Mariah. We Belong Together.
We Belong Together.
Best R&B song. Yeah. And then won it the very next year with you. Same category. Best R&B song.
Yeah.
Fun fact / flex. There is only one other songwriter to win Best R&B song in back-to-back years. A gentleman by the name of Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
and Johnta Austin.
So hey, there you go, baby. History.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Yeah, man, shoot.
Dry January's over. Mm-hmm. All right, what we working on, man? What's new? What's the newest, latest, greatest?
Obviously we, are doing a bunch of things. I mean, it seems like we're doing a whirlwind of things.
Yeah.
Between from a music perspective, we just did our Linux album. It just came out. A great thing. We're in the studio with Kelly. We're obviously in the studio with Kehlani. Working on, of course, Duran, who just won, his first Grammy this year.
Shout out to Duran.
You know what I'm saying? Just won his first Grammy this year. Working with him. Kehlani won a big one this year, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to the whole creative team. Our guy, Andre Harris.
Andre Harris,
well.
Yeah. My boy, Chris Riddick.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah, doing that. Obviously, we're consistently working on things with our guy Usher. Whether it's the documentary, whether it's whatever we're working on, continuous things with him. Being in the studio with Kelly this week has been pretty amazing. Like as far as like peeling away what she wants to do creatively.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty dope. Obviously, with Ladies of R&B going every week. We still every week have Flow if you're in Atlanta.
Pull up.
Tomorrow night. On Wednesday night, every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Every single Wednesday.
For context, it's a Tuesday that we're filming.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
by the time you see this, you will have already missed tomorrow.
You would have missed tomorrow, yeah.
But you missed something great.
Exactly.
I'm telling you that now. I've now come back from tomorrow and today to tell you that tomorrow was fantastic and we had a blast. It was great.
For sure. For sure.
Also, today on the show, we are going to have songwriter, producer, tastemaker extraordinaire, our guy, Atlanta's own. Jasper Cameron.
Yeah, I'm excited about that,
Give
man.
it up for Jasper.
My
Give it up
dog.
for Jasper one time. Can't wait.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the flow of the show. Real quick, I wanna, some people probably gonna be looking at my shirt. I just wanna
Oh yeah, let's highlight that. Let's highlight that.
Okay, so it says Hicks, Cox, Austin.
Yeah.
That is a funny joke about a writing team with me, Bryan-Michael Cox, and Chris Hicks, who is our manager.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't write
He
the
doesn't write the
songs.
songs.
But this is how it started. So, and a little bit of history. If you go back and look at the first Guy album,
Yeah.
on the back of the Guy album, it says Guy is, and it lists the members of Guy, but there are 4 people. Now,
The
some
cover.
of you may be saying, well, Guy only had 3 members. So the 4th person was the manager, Gene Griffin.
Gene Griffin, God rest.
Gene
God bless.
Griffin, God rest his soul, added himself as a member of Guy, which Brian and I just always found hilarious. And so whenever we come up with an amazing song, our manager, Chris Hicks, is like, I love this song that we did. Hicks Cox Austin. Mind you, he's placed his name
in front.
in front of
Well, no, but I know because
2 guys.
You
So we've been saying it for a decade now, and I finally just got
Made it official.
shirts made for us to say Hicks Cox Austin. You cannot see it, but on the back there's a noontime logo. Because we all started in Atlanta with Noontime Productions, which was Chris Hicks, Ryan Glover, Terry Ross, and the 4th person. I don't even know if he want me to say his name
because he's so
like
elusive.
a mystery man.
So elusive, man.
It's like you've heard the name, but does he exist?
Does he exist? Where is he?
Kaiser Soze, really, but Henry Noonie Noontime Lee is the 4th.
The second. Henry Lee the second. Henry.
Noonie Lee the second.
The side note, since we brought up Gene Griffin and Teddy Riley has a new book out called Remember the Times.
Oh,
that
yes.
just came out. So if you get more context about the Gene joke for us, you get to read his book, which is an amazing story. Teddy's story is, just an extraordinary story about a child prodigy and how he came to fruition. So big shout out to Teddy Riley.
Absolutely.
Go get the book, all that.
Coming up real quick, and we're gonna move, but coming up, I mean, obviously, we know how we both feel about the great Jermaine Dupri.
Of course.
Coming up, was Teddy the guy that you
Teddy
were
was my
looking
guy.
at and modeled?
Yeah.
Because I know that's what Jermaine would say. If Jermaine was sitting right here, he would say that Teddy is my hero, and that's the ultimate.
Teddy is my guy. I mean, he was somebody that I don't know how I recognized that he was so youthful. You know what I mean? Because when that guy came out, I was 88. I might have been 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
But I was so super aware of who he was. You know what I mean? And drawn to his energy. It felt like it was closer to something I could relate to. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I would say this. As you grow older and you become more knowledgeable of music and you realize his impact. I didn't realize impact at the time. I just knew I love his stuff. So I would look for things with his name on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But as you get older, you realize, oh man, oh no, this guy had his own genre. That's a whole other ball game.
Invented New Jack Swing.
You invented New Jack Swing.
How many people can say that they have a genre that's named
after them? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't think of another producer who has a whole movement like that. You know what I'm saying?
For all types of music. First hip-hop release was The Show.
The Show, yeah.
Just think about this, okay? His first hip-hop
release. He was
like
14 years old too at the time, like
was
14
The
years
Show.
old. Yeah. 14,
Slick
15.
Rick, Dougie Fresh, The Show. First R&B release is Keith Sweat's Make It Last Forever.
Actually, before that.
Was it
Johnny Kemp?
Just
Got
that's
paid.
right. Just Got Paid.
You know what I mean? Just Got Paid was like his real first, hit, first right. He was working on Keith at the same time, but Johnny Kemp was like the first thing.
R.I.P. to the great Johnny Kemp.
Hey, yo, it was
Black
crazy.
people stay off boats.
Hold on. That's my Bahamian. Johnny Kemp might be my cousin. I told her to go see my Aunt Bertha.
Yeah.
In the Bahamas, her last name was Kemp. Her husband name was Kemp. You know what I mean? So from the Bahamas, most likely Johnny Kemp was my cousin. So cheers to
R.I.P.
the
to your
Bahamian
cousin.
great Johnny Kemp.
All right. So let's get into what we have come here. We've gathered here today.
We're gathered here today.
For
I want you to open your Bibles to
we just church kids, man, storytelling.
Yeah.
Narrative. we're gonna talk about the importance of it.
I
But
agree.
like when you hear those two words, storytelling, the narrative, I want to start with asking you, like, what does that mean to you? And how does it, intersect with music? You know what I mean? We have 3 minutes, in today's time, two
It's really
minutes,
two
20
minutes, yeah,
seconds,
2:20,
2 minutes,
yeah,
30
yeah.
seconds to tell a great story. So what does it mean to you, and how do you approach it to make those two things combine?
Well, I think for me, it starts with in language. I think like and being, to be frank, having the privilege to work with somebody like you who has a vast vocabulary, being able to say whatever you want to say, to tell the story in a short period of time or with very few words and be pointed, be like very, very descriptive about it. Like, I think that also I feel like storytelling, which we can agree that storytelling in our genre in this day and age became a lost art. I mean, no disrespect to the songs that are being created now. They're great songs being created, and actually, but the actual process or the actual thoughtfulness in words and actually what each phrase is saying, I think that there has been a lack of it. You know what I mean? And when people get it, how we know it, because when people finally do get a story, they grab one and then go with it. So
Yeah.
I think that ultimately, for us, has always been the foundation of what we do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think that ultimately, the music sets the tone, and in our case, I may sing you a track, or I may, we may set the piano, and whatever that mode is, that creates the tone on what you feeling, and we may talk about a concept. Another thing too, we spend a lot of time. We talk about storytelling. We spend a lot of time talking. I think that's we talk about how important the conversation is in a
Yes.
song. We spend a lot of time talking, and I find myself, especially when I'm talking to you, if I'm talking to Jermaine, if I'm talking to whoever I'm collaborating with, I feel like a lot of times we end up writing the song before we write the song.
The actual
You know what I mean?
process of or the time spent actually putting melody with words is actually shorter than the time that we spend when we sit down, when we first come into the studio,
Yeah,
when we, shoot the shit, as the saying goes,
100%.
and we're talking, and how many times have we been, you know, having just the kind of warm up
Yep.
conversations. Someone will say something, and one of us will.
That, you know what?
That's the that's the song
That song
right
right
there.
there,
That's the
right
song
there.
right there. If you
So
if you
I,
really
I, I had a reflective moment about something like this. We were writing "Shake It Off," right?
Mhm.
And how we do a Mariah. Mariah passed the mic around. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
melodies and lines would come out, and people would just grab lines out of the air. And I remember there was we were trying to come up with the hook, and we were coming up with the different things. And you jokingly said, like, Calgon Take Me Away or something like that. And it was like,
JD was like, "No, that's
we're gonna use that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but all of that happened through us just conversing and just talking and like talking it through. You know what I mean? Because we were talking about a concept, and
Yeah.
and that line, like, oh yeah, something like, oh, let's take, Calgon Take Me Away.
Right.
And it was like, oh no, we're gonna stick with that. And then how we incorporate it in. You know what I'm saying? So it's and I always say that, to me, that way of writing is my favorite way of writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we always do our thing where we make a track, send to you, we talk about the concept, you go write, and we tweak or whatever, right? But the way that we write with Mariah, or the way we write when we're all in a room together, to me, I feel like has been the most productive way for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I learn a lot in the room with everybody. And I also feel like there's a flash of confidence because I know I got support.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like,
Absolutely.
you don't feel like, okay, well, if I'm in a room by myself and I'm trying to write a song, sometimes it becomes like man, let me just send this to Johnta. You know what I'm saying? But we're in the room together, you feel a little more confident, relaxed, because it's like, okay, well, we could throw lines out. I know if I throw a line out or throw a concept out, Johnta could take it and he's gonna make it do this. And then Johnta may say something and I may have a melody and Jermaine may have you know what I mean? You know, I really enjoyed that style of writing when we were writing that way.
I think, to piggyback that, being in that group setting too, like you say, boosting the confidence, in the story or in the line, in the concept, it gets you to greatness quicker, and you don't end up, because I think individually sometimes we might second guess something that is, great, because individually, I might overthink it. You might overthink that, because it's 2004 or 5, and we're presenting this song to a generation. Like the Calgon commercial hasn't been on air in over
almost at least 10
10
years. At least 10 years. But it's probably 20 years.
Right, exactly.
Like 85, 86.
Yeah, that was a commercial that we saw in the 80s of Calgon Take Me Away.
Yeah.
And so individually, we might go, well, I don't want to put that because my audience they're not going to have any clue
what we're talking about.
Of what it is that I'm saying to you right now.
Yeah.
But like you say, when we are all in, in the room.
Exactly.
That's helpful, which kind of leads to like the next point. That's moment.
Yeah.
What's the thing that separates moment from narrative?
I think narrative is met with intentionality, right? I think that a lot of times, like, you may already have the story, but don't really know how to say it, or like, for example, I keep using Mariah's example because we know that Mariah will come into the studio with a notepad. You know what I mean? To me, that notepad is her narrative, right? She may not have the song all the way worked out. It might not even be a song yet. It might just be an idea.
Right.
You know what I mean? But she's setting the tone. She knows what she wants to say. She just hasn't figured out how she wants to say it yet. So the narrative is pretty much set.
Yes.
At that point, I feel like, to me, narrative is when you're coming into the room with an intentional goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, almost like, I haven't worked on, films or screenplays, but I kind of feel like there's usually a synopsis before, like a one-sheeter, before somebody writes the full script. Maybe you come up with the concept and it's like, you write 1 page or 2 page, and then you take that 2-page concept and then you write the script within the, confines of that. I think
and you create those moments within the already established narrative.
Exactly.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, I think that's what that is.
So narrative is kind of the macro of it all, and then micro, we get that moment along the way of telling the narrative.
Yeah.
That's where we get those little moments where it's like, okay, this is my part.
Exactly.
This is my, you know what I mean? Absolutely.
Exactly.
I love that. All right.
So we're gonna take a break, right?
Yeah.
And
we're gonna break this down. We're gonna get rid of the whiskey.
Yeah.
Temporarily.
We may have a little bit.
It's gonna be back. You'll be back.
A little taste.
See you again. No, and we're gonna bring in our guy, Jasper Cameron, up next.
Yep.
I definitely think artists approach storytelling differently because their lives are a lot different. They live in a whole different kind of life. You get what I'm saying? And everything moves so fast, and experiences that they live in aren't even really lived out person to person like as much as it was when we was coming up. It used to be you had to go out and get involved. You had to be around people. The storytelling gonna have to be affected by that. But at the core of a song, to me, it's the story. Whether it's a ratchet story or whether it's a love story or whether it's a social story. At the end of the day, I'm a storyteller. Now, vibe gonna always change because production changes, energy changes, and everything. It's really seeing a girl in the club that you like and telling her yeah, I live a certain kind of lifestyle. I think it'll be the same thing that it was then today. You know what I mean? I think the process of getting it to the world and a lot of things around it may be different because it is a different world. But I think at the end of the day, those things we captured in that song, if you capture it right now today, it'll still affect it the same way because a narrative it ain't gonna never go out. That narrative will never get old. It's like, you know what I mean? That's how you know it'll still work because it's still relevant today. The kids know the song who wasn't even born when the song came out. The thing that we capture right then and there is gonna last forever. What's up? Jasper, Mr. Big Love Cameron, down here in the ATL, having a good time on a set of sessions, living it up, baby.
Hey,
Look what the wind blew in.
Johnta.
Hey, welcome
What's up, my brother?
My dog.
What's
Welcome to
happening
the
with it?
session.
Yeah, welcome to the sessions.
Welcome to Sessions,
Pulled
man.
up on
I
us.
pulled up on y'all. Get some of that hit-making sauce on me.
Hey,
Oh,
brother,
they
you
are.
got
I
it
need
though.
it.
You got
I
it.
need it,
You
baby.
got it. I was just talking about you yesterday. We was referencing the record, All Around the World record.
Oh, yeah.
We were referencing Lloyd, All Around the World. I
Yeah,
was
man.
like, yo, we were talking about how great those songs are.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lloyd, y'all made some, you know.
Yeah, you know, we was coming
y'all was
up,
cooking.
you know, look, you know, we was coming up around greatness. Like, it wasn't no, you couldn't be doing that whack. You go to the next studio, you be like, oh my God. Johnta just wrote a smash in 2 minutes. I just seen it with my own eyes. Gee whiz, you heard Big Cox playing over there? Like, you had to, and plus we loved it.
Yeah.
You know how we
Yeah.
loved it, dog. We
Yeah,
lived it.
man.
We was there all day,
Every day, bro.
Yeah.
All
So
day.
we was in love with it, man.
Yeah, man.
We were talking about that earlier. Like, is that your preferred setting for creativity? Because I think about like the dark days, the patchwork days, the noontime days, where, like you say, in any given room you could go in and there's some fire going on. Is that the best way to bring out creativity for people like us?
Yes, because iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you surrounded by greatness. You gonna be great unless you just terrible. Like, you know, like you go in the next room. Like,
It's true.
I learned so much from y'all. Y'all didn't even know I was learning from y'all. I'm like, cause you just pick little stuff up. Like, oh, that's how because he had that piano melody over there on top of that track. Oh, Johnta. Oh, look what Johnta just did. Oh, that's how he put that background in radio to make it stand out. You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff that you only learn from being around the people who doing it and who doing it at a certain level. So I love that. You know what I mean? I love to be influenced. I'm such a fan of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love it, man.
Yeah.
I
I think that also, like, because I think about noontime, I think about dark too, because I think about, you know, we had a lot of crossovers with Carlos and Dada and
for sure.
Tim and Bob.
Yeah.
And I remember like hearing like records like, yo, man, like, you know, I gotta get my act together.
Yeah, you
know
like,
what I'm saying?
man,
Like, you know what I mean?
like
you know, Carlos Dada come to the studio, I'm like, man, I gotta get my act together. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you hearing it.
Yeah, I get
so
it.
you already, like, you hearing the greatness, so you know, like, oh, man. And it was inspiring in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? It was like everybody helping each other, pulling each other. It was it was just always like, hey, man, y'all come over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just, it's a certain thing about Atlanta studio. It was always love. Like, come on, we gonna all put it in together and make it what it need to be.
Yeah.
So I love that.
So that's my perception of Atlanta, real quick. And I got a question for Bryan, and then we want to talk about one of your records as well. But I've always felt the love in Atlanta, no matter where we go, right?
Yeah.
But you hear a lot of outside people say Atlanta's cliquey, like, and I couldn't break into Atlanta.
But you know the thing? I think they couldn't get what they wanted out of it.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because
I
we
agree.
both know, like, if you come, man, it was almost crazy because people wasn't tripping. Like, it was free flowing for real. I didn't perceive it as cliquey like that because it never felt that way to me. You get what I'm saying?
It never felt that way.
It never felt that way to me, but maybe sometimes people perceive it a certain way if they didn't get what they thought they were supposed to get from it.
I always felt like you could just go like, I would just pull up the Red Zone.
Man, you just everywhere.
I would just pull up the DARP. I would just pull up to these different places. You know what I mean? It'd be like, and especially when we were like moving. We started moving. And people started really collaborating and being outside and together. Like we'd be at the clubs. We'd be at the spots. I might bump into you at the restaurant.
Everywhere.
So I think that I would pop up at places. I'd be like, yo, I could pull up the sessions right now. I pull up to Tricky Studio right now.
now.
Without unannounced.
They know
like, yo, it's B Cox. And they opening the gate.
They opening the gate.
You know, and so, if I got something on me, and somebody in there.
It's straight.
You know what I mean? So I never felt that energy. I would say that, especially in contrast, because we spent time in LA, we spent a lot of time in New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say in contrast, those places felt very like you couldn't get into.
You definitely weren't going to know anybody. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those places felt like you couldn't just roll up to Larrabee on a random
Not at all.
day like, yo, I'm B Cox, let me in. You
Not
got a session
at
in?
all.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
You're
at
here
all.
to see.
You're here to see who?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You couldn't just roll up to Sony
No.
Studios in New York, roll up, press the button like, yo,
Wasn't happening.
Bryan-Michael, I'm outside, and who's in there?
Wasn't happening.
Oh, nobody's in there, Mr. Cox. You got the session?
Right.
You know?
Wasn't happening.
Who you here to see?
Exactly.
It just,
to see your
I
mother.
never felt.
How about that? I'm here to see your mother.
I'm gonna see your mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Got to talk about child support. I hate for you to find out like this.
Exactly.
I'm your dad. Motherfucker, let me in.
For sure, man.
it just didn't feel that way. It felt like you could go anywhere in this city.
Yeah.
Especially if you have made some type of motion, had some type of motion. I think that, Stankonia, you can pull up Stankonia, pull up the Zax, just pull up.
Pull up.
Polo at Zax, I'm just pull up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just felt like you could go to any of these places, and if you ring the doorbell, they will let you in.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
So I never felt it was cliquey, but I know certain people, the way they view it might be a different way if they feel like, they couldn't come exploit it the way they want to exploit it, but they didn't get exactly what they wanted to get.
What you
from it.
were hoping to get from it, and then
You know what I
now
mean?
all of a sudden, all them Atlanta niggas.
Yeah, they
they on some different shit.
For real.
Yeah, for real.
I love that. I want to talk about emotional connection and situations around songwriting. I want to start with you, Bryan.
Okay.
Because I know a little bit about this song, but I want you to just talk about the making of You Got It Bad.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to put a disclaimer out here, and he knows what I'm going to say. Because I say it all the time. Over the last year, when Usher was on tour, I would send him and Jermaine a video every night from various cities, even when we went across the pond.
Yeah.
For my money. Okay? Which one am I looking at? Is the camera on?
Camera on, which camera on?
Is this the camera?
Is this the camera?
For my money. Bryan-Michael Cox, Jermaine Dupri, Usher Raymond. You Got It Bad is the best song that all three have ever made. And it is not close.
Not close.
That song is so perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you know how the kids say no notes?
Yeah.
No notes.
No notes.
You niggas ain't even need a bridge.
No harmonies. Man,
Or y'all did a musical bridge. You did a guitar.
No, the
Guitar solo.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No
So,
harmonies in the hook.
none of that.
Nothing, man.
Sure.
Just
Straight unison.
Yeah.
And the song, the track, everything.
Yeah.
Talk about how that, from the storytelling, the narrative, the emotion, all of that coming together for that moment.
Well,
You Got It Bad.
it goes back to what we were saying earlier about conversations in the song. That's why I learned that phrase, right? Because before that, right, I would make a bunch of tracks. I'd send, I plan for you, I'm playing for various writers take away, and write the song. When I started working with Jermaine, the first thing we did was the Mariah Rainbow thing. And that was it was after Jagged Edge. We did Jagged Edge first, but then the next thing after that was the Rainbow album. And I remember when Mariah came in, she would, we'd come up with the track, and I was like, okay, cool. But I'm about to walk out the room. And Mariah's like, where you going? Like, we writing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, we writing. You know what I mean? So that was the first time I was on the spot, like, oh, I got to come up with lyrics in front of Mariah Carey. You know what I mean? I sang background on that song, a bunch of things, right? So fast forward, we get to Usher, the first session that we have. for 87, ended up becoming 8701. We wrote You Got It Bad. And how it happened was the first session. It actually might have been the first session in Southside, actually, too.
That's a rocket to start it off with.
So what happens is Usher comes to the studio. This is my first time really interacting with him in a personal space. And him and Jermaine are talking. You know, I'm engaging with the conversation too, and we're talking for like 2 hours, 3 hours. So in my mind, I'm like, when are we gonna start this song? You know what I mean? Like, I want to talk about some music. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about some music. But we're talking in the, like, towards the end of the conversation, because we're talking about a specific person and a situation that Usher was in. And at the end of the conversation, Jermaine just looks at him and is like, man, that girl got you, fucked up, man. You got it bad. He says it.
Yeah.
And, Usher's like, I love that. Basically like, and I'm like, oh, bro, we are actually writing the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, before we even get to touching the keyboard, touching the drum machine, singing a melody, the song was already in the air. Right? So then...
It's that Mr. Miyagi shit. It's like, I'm gonna learn karate. I've been teaching you karate. You think you've been waxing cars.
Yeah, but I'm about to show you.
You've been learning karate.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. You've been learning karate.
Yeah. So he's like, he tells me what kind of chord progression he wants to hear. He's like, I want it to be dark, I want it to feel like this, whatever. So I start coming up with the chord progression. And at this point, with Johnta can attest to this, and anybody who's at Noontime can attest to this, I used to, put everything but the kitchen sink in the track. Long ass intros, piano solos.
You gonna show off? Show off for them?
I just want to show off, baby. Show them what I could do.
Yeah, like, they gonna hear this.
Well, listen. You know what I mean?
You could shit, shower, and shave to those intros. Like, just the intro. We ain't even verse ain't dropped.
Some real orchestration.
Oh, yeah, I gotta show them. I gotta show them all this shit I learned, baby.
Verse gonna start when I crank up the car.
Exactly. So,
not a verse start.
So what happens was, I come up with the progression, but I add all these different things. I add like all these strings, these string parts and this wind and all this crazy. I winded the motherfucker. I just start, no, for real. I put all kinds of shit in there. I pull out the guitar and I start pulling out the licks. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Just out of control, right? So then I go and I tell JD, I'm ready. I think I'm gonna compose. I done proposed, dude. Or you just put some drums on this shit, then we gonna write this shit, then we off to the races. So Jermaine comes in, he press play on the drum machine. He's like, that's a lot of shit in there. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't say it. What he did was, he just started going through the like different tracks and just started muting shit. Mute. So I'm like, I'm sitting on the side like, you can read all that shit.
Don't mute my kalimba, nigga.
Yeah, my kalimba, nigga. But I'm like, he's muting all the good shit. Yeah, get all the good shit out here. Right? And then we're left with like, this one guitar sound, this one little guitar lick I did, and then like the wind stayed.
And the wind stayed. Took
the
up
wind,
space.
Oddly enough.
The wind, that's what stayed.
The wind stayed, right? So I'm literally like, yo, what is he doing? You know what I mean? He took the bass line out. But I didn't say nothing because I'm in a space where I'm like, still learning and still, I'm really following his lead.
Yeah.
And he does a drum. He said he gets a kick, a snare, a hi-hat, and a shaker. All right? So now, I'm really like, I'm trying to find loops and drums. I'm trying to do all this.
Everybody.
4 sounds, bro. Right? 4 sounds. He creates a drum loop and he said, okay, yo, here's what I want. I want the bass line to go this way. Like, just follow the kick. Like, don't do all that stuff you be trying to do.
Bass line.
Just follow the kick. So I follow the kick.
Fucking Louis Johnson.
That Jimmy Jam material.
Jimmy Jam. Yeah. Exactly. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to show him. You know what I'm saying?
Under thumbs, baby.
So literally, the song is kick, snare, hi-hat, shaker. The lead, like, key sound is like the chord progression. 1 guitar lick, and Win. So it's 7 sounds.
And it
It's the
feels
first
so-
time I've ever
And
seen.
it feels so big.
The first time I've ever seen
Pause.
that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
go,
bro.
pause, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like 7 sounds. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit. He's like, now we're writing. Right? So I'm like, okay. And me and him going back and forth, initially writing, he comes with the hook, we're writing the verses. And mind you, like I said, Jermaine is the first person that actually made me have to start writing. You know what I mean? He would be like, no, man, you know, I could write this whole song, or you're gonna come in here and help me. You got melodies, you got lines, throw them in there. You know what I'm saying? He was the first person to give me that kind of like confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Did you not believe you had it in you yet? What were your feelings about yourself as a songwriter?
My
prior
fear
to
was
Jermaine?
because so before I came to Atlanta, I thought I was a pretty good songwriter. Yeah. I came to Atlanta and I started meeting people who were like incredible songwriters. Johnta, when I met Johnta, he was 16. I was 18, I would think maybe 18, 19. Johnta was 16, going on 17.
Yeah.
And he was already
Placements.
in the game. You know what I mean? Like writing phenomenal records at that point. I meet the twins, you know? And
Bryan
Bryan
and
Casey.
Casey.
I'm like, yo,
Jack,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? You know, Eric Roberson was the first person I met. So for me to walk in and do you hear Eric Roberson record, I'm like, oh man, I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you walked to the
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not.
To be fair, Eric Roberson made us all feel like
Yeah,
that.
he was incredible.
With, y'all, my
You know what I'm saying?
gosh,
Like,
with his lyric and melody, Eric
man.
Roberson made
He-
us
he
all
was
feel
I
serious.
was like, man,
oh,
I'm
amazing.
not ready, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, they like my music. Let me lean in on the music part and leaning on the tracks and leaning on that. Now, and I'll get to the songwriter. Me and Johnta became fast friends, so I knew that, okay, I'm around him every day. I'm around the twins every day. The songwriting thing will happen. I'll always have melodies, things like that, but I was like, I'll be around them enough. I'll pick up what I need to pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Jermaine was the first person that was like,
Do it.
do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember we wrote the song, and I was trying to put harmonies on the hook, and he's like, I don't want any harmonies.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this song is gonna be bare. You know, I hear all these harmonies. It's like, nope. The only harmonies I want the harmonies on the second verse when he does I Truly Adore You. That's it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, do the song. The power of a person that understands their vocal ability, right? The power of tone, right? I tell people all the time, right? We talk about Donny Hathaway, tone.
Great.
Kill you with tone. He ain't got to do a bunch of craziness.
Even though he could.
And he could.
Even though he could.
That tone. And I feel like when people ask me what's special about Usher, I always say it's actually, I mean, his ability to sing. Boy can sing.
Yeah, but that tone.
Thing not no
Damn, that boy can sing.
Damn it, God damn that boy can sing. But,
For real.
But ultimately, as a producer, for me, it's his tone. The actual tone, the actual tonality of his voice, the timbre of his voice is actually how his voice sounds. You know what I'm saying?
The emotion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I say it that for, you know, and again, not blowing smoke just because he's our friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For our time, I think he's the greatest deliverer of songs
Man, can't nobody
in
sell
our
no song.
time.
Man,
Delivering, delivering.
Can't nobody sell no song like that, boy, man.
Yeah. So for me to hear that tone back, you know what I mean? And him like, yo, asking me like, what you asking me what I should give you? Like, you know, my demo sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you, dog, just do
whatever you
do
gonna
whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
dog. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember when the song was done, it was rough before we mixed, before the guitar solo, rough, right? The first night, we done like maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. This is how I knew this song was gonna be crazy. Elliot Reed gets up out of his sleep to come to the studio and listen to this song. And he plays the song like 6 times in a row, like, yo, I don't know what y'all on right now,
But y'all got
but y'all got this.
Yes.
And I remember being like, okay, all right. Steve Jobs has a saying that's kind of like, you know, the simplicity, the art of simplicity. Like, you know, like there's a lot of love and like power and simplicity. And that song, to me, is the perfect combination of simplicity and complexity at the same time.
Right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Less became
Less
more.
became more, man.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I get it. I'm doing too much. I'm overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
Jermaine taught me not to overthink. That song gave me everything I needed to know as a songwriter and as a producer about overthinking. You know what I mean? Because it still was emotional.
Yes.
It still conveyed.
Yes.
It still did all the things. And then the song comes out and goes straight to number
Crazy.
one. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
For sure.
There is a science to this. You know what I'm saying? Before I never
Yeah.
really approached it like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh no, there's a science to making hits. And that song taught me that there was a science to it.
Yeah. Special song.
I feel the same way on another record that we did, which came, after You Got It Bad as far as when you did it, and then obviously when it was released, but that simplicity. When you think about Aaliyah's Come Over,
My God.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
guitar,
Guitar,
it's a kick,
kick, snare, nice little bass
a little
line.
bit of bass.
Nothing too crazy.
And that's it.
And it just felt great.
Yeah.
That vocal.
And I'm
cadence,
gonna tell you, it's crazy.
bro. What-
I tried to overproduce that song. Like, for real. I tried to.
You tried to?
I tried. I was like, no, I didn't ask him, because it felt like, man, this is too empty. And I'll never forget, because, back in the day, I'm doing it now again, too, but back in the day, you would do a song and then you go to the mix.
Yeah.
And Manny mixed the song. And I remember every time I would go to we have mix day, I would always
Bring your equipment.
book equipment, rent equipment.
Yeah.
Just in case we be in there with the mix and I want to change the kick and I want to do this. You do all the things at the mix. I remember I was in the
He tried to sneak some shit in.
I did.
Hey, you heard say there. The arms ain't there.
I did.
You
Hey,
tried
man,
to,
just
you
outboard
gonna change
gear
it up.
I did. I absolutely did try to do some shit in there. I did.
Yo.
And
Before you playing?
I remember I was trying and I was just like, no, man.
That's the bit.
This is just, it just is what it is. This sounds phenomenal the way it is. You know what I mean? But I did. I tried.
You gonna try to mess it up?
I
honey?
tried.
Is there a Fender Rhodes around here by any chance? Just haven't seen
This
those.
ain't-
Is there a Fender Rhodes?
This ain't what we did.
But because it's the same kind of, like you say, it's 6 or 7 sounds. There's only harmonies on the second half of the chorus,
Yeah,
and then the bridge is Tank.
it's Tank.
One track.
Exactly.
One
There's some
note.
harmonies a little bit on
At
the
the
set
end?
when he came around.
Yeah.
But Tank was our musical bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that nigga sound like him.
sound like-
Yeah, for real.
He
No
was
words?
the music,
Hey,
yeah.
man.
No
Right.
words, you mean no words, baby.
Right, when you can,
You know what I'm
you can
saying?
hum.
When you can hum and it
and
just.
it fills the
And
song.
it became classic. That part makes it.
When y'all did that
Right.
song, did y'all feel it like? Did y'all feel it was gonna be like one of them things? Cause so many songs and took that right now to this day, everybody's still taking that. Like,
That was when Tank hopped on it. Because by the way, in that series of 6 songs that we did with her,
Yeah.
"Come Over" was the last song we recorded.
That song we cut.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was the very last song that we
Yeah.
did, and we're wrapping up. It's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And we can't leave because everyone just wants to keep playing this record like you knew you had it.
yeah,
When Tank added that magic,
they just brought it all together.
it was the moment that
Yeah.
we talked about. It was that.
Yes,
It was
yes.
it was the final moment of like, okay, this, like he
Yeah.
literally bridged everything.
bridged the gap.
and
Yeah.
and made
Glued
it.
it all together.
That was the missing sauce.
Funny
Crazy
story
how
about
songs go like that.
Yeah.
funny story about that track. Right when they called me, 'cause I was at Chung King
Yes.
working on other tracks, and then Chris called me. I was like, "Yo, we couldn't come over, right?" So I'm like, "Bad damn." They was like, "We need to track it out."
Yeah.
Right. Back in the day,
Whole
the track.
shit, yeah.
Right.
Bro, I could not find the disc.
Wow.
I could not find the disc. I'm like, oh my God, I can't find the disc.
And it wasn't so simple like now.
Bro, it was crazy. And what's ill is that I was like, oh my God, I can't find the sequence. And something, I would bring my disc out with my dad's.
Yeah.
So the way me and Kevin would work is that I would have him play guitars on the DAT,
And you were
and then I
sampling.
would sample from the DAT
Yeah.
to the
Kevin Hicks.
Kevin Hicks.
Older brother.
The great
This,
Chris-
Kevin Hicks should be
Yeah,
the
he
fucking
should be.
Hicks Austin.
That should be part of
all
it.
them noontime good times.
Yeah.
All them noontime good times, man.
And I remember I had to basically do the track all from scratch again because I couldn't find, or the disc was corrupted. It was something that was crazy, and I was like, I'm so glad I brought this DAT.
Man, with the guitar licks on it. Oh my God.
And I redid the track right on the spot, and then they got
But
the
now, how
tapes.
grateful were you that it was already, quote unquote, simplistic to begin
Exactly.
From
with?
the jump, yeah.
Put it together, easy.
You didn't have to
Go through too much.
exactly.
Yeah, I didn't have to do I got that modular? Do I got that?
Right.
I didn't need none of it.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
Back in the day, you had to get the modules, go through and find the sounds. What sound was that?
On that track, it's really just Kev guitar
And drums, and then I played. I knew the key sound. Was like a key sound I used all the time. Out of vintage keys.
Yep.
The
then
string,
the bass, boom, boom, boom,
the string
boom.
sound was something I used out of the JP8, the 1080.
1080.
All the time. And the bass line was my SE1. I would use SE1 all the time.
SE1,
So
man.
it was very, very
This
easy
is all the
for me.
equipment that they're talking about.
Yeah,
kids,
outboard
Yeah, I'm
guy.
sorry.
Yeah.
We geeking out a little bit.
Yeah, we
No, I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Studio
Be
geeking
able
out,
to tell them,
So
you
the
know.
SE1 number 4 basic record.
Yes.
That was my go-to bass sound. So it was like I knew I could piece it together fast. I knew the sounds off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? And put it back together. You know what I'm saying?
Real
that little
quick.
jazzy bass sound. Whoop,
Whoop,
whoop.
whoop. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And put
The
that joint
jazzy
in.
walk. The jazzy walk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that was it.
And the fact that, because like y'all probably both had that sound, that goes back, that's a callback to just how inclusive Atlanta was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you
We
could
knew-
go into a jazzy
Man.
phase room. Shout out to the amazing
What up, Fizzle?
Jazzy
Fizzle.
Faye.
Denzel.
And guys like that were so happy to teach you and share.
Show
And it was
me,
sharing
man.
sounds.
Take that sound,
Take the sound.
take that,
Take
you know
that.
what I mean? Like,
This how
I got
Yeah.
all of my first sounds from Jazzy and Teddy.
Man.
All of my first sounds came from Jazzy Faye and Teddy Bishop.
Teddy Bishop. The
They
great.
gave me.
great
Gay.
Teddy Bishop.
Oh,
They
man.
gave me the sounds. Brian, here's the disc, copy this disc, man. Go off.
Go.
You know
Go-
what I mean?
go be great.
Like, that's how it started. And all them songs, I always tell people that, we go back to simplicity, right? Sometimes we'll open your computer as a producer right now, and you
Too
get
much.
overwhelmed.
Too
And it's like,
much.
all the sounds,
It's too
man. Where
much,
am I
man.
gonna start? Back in the day, all I had was that tab kick, that tab new kick, that jazzy womp womp, that 3 mic snare, that daddy scratch, that, you know what I'm saying?
And it was the best thing in the world. That it
And
was
I made
simplified for
all
you.
them songs. We had one rim shop,
Yep.
and we made all them
All
songs.
them classic songs.
Yeah.
All them songs. He Can't
It's-
Love You. All them songs came from them sounds.
Ooh, boy, y'all. Ooh.
Producing and writing and all of these, like creativity,
Mm-hmm.
is you can really see how creative someone is the less they have to
For
work
sure.
with, right? Like, I always say, like, go to a high school and check how some of these youngins are dressing, and you can tell who has style and who just has money.
Yep.
True. You know what I mean?
Because it's
Very
way
true.
different.
Very true.
Anybody can go to Louis Vuitton
And buy all
and rock
that.
out. Like, that's
Anybody
how
can
hard,
do
is,
it.
how hard is that to do?
Man.
Yeah.
But when you're working with a limited sequence,
And you can
True.
make that fly.
and you can make that work.
You fly.
then
You
you
fly.
know what I mean?
It's natural.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's
That's
natural.
style.
It's in you.
That's style.
Not a-
Yeah. It's like your grandmother in the kitchen who might not have had a lot to work with.
But she can make a best meal ever.
it's gonna taste great.
Gonna taste,
Yeah.
man.
Speaking, okay, so now we've talked about our records, but there's a record that I want to talk about. It's one of my favorites.
One of my favorite songs.
Classic.
Love this song.
Not just from ATL classic, but a global classic, and that's Lloyd's You.
Oh, man.
Talk about how that. Take us behind the scenes on that.
Man, the same way y'all talk about simple records.
Yeah.
The same thing.
The approach.
At that particular time, we was Lloyd, he like my little brother. We came in together. Of
course.
You know what I mean? So he put out his first album, had a little bit of success, but then his label started going through trouble. And so we knew we were gonna have to beat the streets. We his family had got caught up in Katrina.
Yeah,
so
that's right. I remember that.
All
I
his
remember
family from New Orleans had to come over with him, and he needed some money. So we was like, man, we finna have to put out a song or something, man. We gonna have to, man, we can't sit and stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We like,
100%.
cause I'm like, he was a little wild back then. I'm like,
Yeah.
he liable to go do something crazy,
Yeah,
right? So we
yeah.
we finna figure it out. You know what I mean? So we went to Big Reese's house. I say, Reese, we gonna have to do something. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to activate. So we were just sitting there talking the whole day. We ain't do no music. We was about to leave. He played. I think I'm about to hit his MP, and some drums started playing. And I'm like, what that is? He was like, man, it's just a kick snare. I'm like, oh my God, keep that up. He kept it up. I just jumped on. I started playing the bass line. Then I started playing the piano. Then I played the strings, and then the whole song just came. And I called Lloyd and say, hey, you got to come to studio tomorrow.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You got to come to studio tomorrow. We was in Reese's basement. He was like, okay, so we went to dark. The next day we went to dark. And I sang the song to him like, just sing this right here. This is going to go crazy. He like, you think so? I'm like, I promise you. He like, man, you want me to say dip up out of here? I'm like, yeah, that's how we talk, nigga. That's how we talk. Like, I'm just talking how we talk.
Just how we talk.
We was having in the
You've said this to someone.
You said,
Yeah, you
in
did.
a spot.
we say this every day.
Let's dip up out of here.
Yeah. And around that time, we was in the strip clubs a lot.
Of course.
Yeah, I know what we was doing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So we
ATL,
dealing
baby.
with girls. You know, we dealing with girls. So we used to be in them strip clubs. Allegedly. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So we be in them clubs, you know, sometimes them girls, you know, they got regulars or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, they'll try to claim you in them clubs
Oh,
sometimes.
absolutely.
You know what I'm
You know,
saying?
yeah,
And so,
absolutely.
100%.
100%.
Coming
so,
in cold.
so-
I mean, coming straight to you. You know what I'm saying?
like you
oh,
mine.
you like
and
this
they'll
my
be,
man over
and
here.
they'll be arguing.
Yo.
They'll be arguing in that locker room about
Yeah.
you, and you don't even know it.
And you thinking, oh man, I'm just trying to see
I'm
something
just trying
new.
to see something new.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's-
nah.
Not tonight, you ain't.
Not tonight. So that's
See
the
some
prin-
old,
so,
nigga.
so that's how the song was talking about, like, because you know, you might say something to a girl, she be like, well, why don't you say that to that's your little girl over, that's your girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, she fine. She fine too,
fine
man,
too.
but I want
Yeah.
you. Like,
She fine too.
but
yeah,
I want you.
I want you. You know what I mean? So it was
I
just
love
simple
that.
what we was living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I convinced him
Hold
to
on,
sing
say that again. Yo, that's for the kids. Listen to that. We was singing
what we was living.
what we was living.
We was making what we was living.
Oh, my
You
goodness.
know what I'm
I
saying?
And you
love
just
that.
dispelled a myth just now. Everybody was wondering if he's saying she 5'2" or she's fine too. And you just dispelled the myth. She's fine
She
too.
fine too.
I want
But
you.
ain't it crazy what people attach to? You never know what they're gonna attach to in a song.
I mean, that's
and
been
keep
years.
it going.
Years.
But what that made me realize is when women find something personal to them in a song, they attach to it. So it made every girl who was 5'2"
Say
attached to the song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, description.
Yeah.
They love description of
That's
something that feels
crazy.
personal to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you describe anything with a woman, they're attached to it if they got that kind of description.
Wow.
And they'll make it be that even if it ain't that.
Because for the people who thought it was 5'2", I always want, like, but I want you. So do you think that the one that he wants, is she taller?
Taller or
Is she a
shorter?
little person? Is she a dwarf? I mean, she is 5'2".
5'2", yeah.
For a fact, but I want
I want
you.
So,
But I want you.
Also, hold on. It was crazy, right? The descriptive thing you just said
Yeah.
about women who were 5'2".
Yeah.
But also, it also made tall women be like,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It
Like
do, it
5'2".
do,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
You could,
But
that line could go so many
It goes so
so
many
many
different
ways.
ways.
Yeah,
All
that's
these
crazy.
years, it was like, we used to be tripping. We was like, man, can you believe it?
Yeah.
But keep it going. Whatever
Keep it
they're
going.
attached to, keep it going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were just right when we was living. And, you know, it connected, man, in a crazy way.
Yeah.
Way more big and better than we ever thought. You know what I mean? We were just trying to make something to touch the people, but it really touched them. And,
Yeah.
and just keep touching them.
I
you
mean,
know?
it's a classic, and it's
Yeah.
still to this day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
To this day, it's still.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
they still sing it.
Yeah, and I think that's the, you know, we'll talk about this more, but like how, I mean, we feel this way about our city because it's Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
But I honestly feel like so much, be it culture, be
For
it
sure.
sauce, be it lingo, whatever, originates from this city
A lot of
and then connects out.
Yeah.
And so even to us, like, you know, to the people, it's an incredible classic all around the world, which it is.
Yeah.
To us, like you say,
some Atlanta.
we some Atlanta niggas just living this. Like
Southern
we in
Atlanta,
clubs, we hitting this spot,
Nah,
and
for real.
we are saying
That's
this
what
as
I'm
we
saying.
work
That's
in
what
these
I'm
clubs.
saying. Yes. For sure.
Yeah.
We some Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what
There's
I'm
no
saying?
T in that, by the
Atlanta.
way. I want
Yep.
people to know that there is no T
In Atlanta.
in
It's
the T
Atlanta.
is silent.
Yeah, Atlanta.
The T is silent.
The T in Atlanta
The T is silent.
silent. It's Atlanta.
It's not
Yep.
Atlanta.
For sure.
It's Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
The T is pronounced with an N.
For real.
I mean, Atlanta's just a special place in general. We were talking about this a couple of days ago. I was just talking about we're talking about, of course, all the stuff is coming up by MLK and all different things. I'm just saying by how special this place is, and the civil rights movement was birthed here. And a lot of what our black shit, comes from this place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's a city. It's really a city based around love.
Yep.
It's a welcoming city, and if you got the right spirit, the right everything, you could really come make it happen. It's like a real accepting city.
Yeah.
But it's based around all of that being inclusive, spreading the love, and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important because, and it's black culture is important here.
No,
You get what I'm
it's the
saying?
cornerstone of the city.
And
You know what I'm saying?
we grew up, Johnta, we grew
Y'all
up.
from here. Y'all from here.
Yeah,
You know what
but
I'm
you're
saying?
from Houston, which
I'm
ain't
from
that,
Houston.
which ain't that different.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? One of y'all
exactly.
biggest mayors was my daddy's best friend.
Was my man?
daddy,
Sylvester
Lee.
Lee.
Yeah. He was actually a police here with my dad when I was younger.
Yeah.
I remember when he moved to Houston.
She became the chief police in Houston.
and
became
the mayor. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we all people understand it's all
And
connected. It's the South.
And I grew up with him being our mayor. He was our mayor
Yep.
when I was a kid coming up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. This might trip you out. Kelly Rowland was actually born here.
I know. I've been with all
Her mama was my mama's friend that worked at Grady Hospital.
Wow.
I remember when they moved to Houston.
She moved when she was 8.
When she was 8 because they lived in Adamsville with us.
Yeah.
Out Martin Luther King. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yep. So I remember when they moved. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy. Me and Kelly just talked about this last night.
I remember when Kelly was
literally.
super young. We went to Aaliyah Lloyd's,
Yeah.
private school and everything. I remember she was younger than me,
Yeah.
but her mama and my mama, they was friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like, all that stuff be
She moved to
connected.
Houston. She was 8 years old, and then I met them. I
Yep.
met them when they were 12,
Yep.
13. I was maybe 16 at the time.
Crazy
when
how
I met them.
everything be connected, huh?
Yeah.
It's less than 6 degrees.
It is.
It's less.
For sure.
in the music business.
Yeah.
We got to just chime in on another joint.
Yeah. Bedrock.
Oh, Bedrock. Oh,
Bedrock.
man. Bedrock, it's so, man, you don't never know where these songs gonna
Just
go,
never
bro.
know
You
where
just
they come
don't
from.
even know. Man, Bedrock was one of them things, what happened was, I think Lloyd, he was kind of like trying to go see where he was gonna go with a new deal.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened, Omarion was actually signed to Young Money.
I remember that.
So he had a version of it with a hook on it at first.
Mm-hmm.
And so Wayne Tez,
Yeah, Cortez, Cortez, my dog, yeah.
He sent it to Ryan, me and Ryan, and like, man, if y'all come up with a hook to this, see if y'all can get Lloyd to record it.
Mm-hmm.
We was just at my house. You know what I mean? Just on nothing. And Lloyd, he was living down the street at the time. We was all in Smyrna. You already know how we all.
John Quill in the
Hey,
Smyrna, Georgia,
you already know that Smyrna. Get some of them good little chances to go get us some little houses out there.
Yeah.
So we was all living out there. So Lloyd just came up the street.
Exactly.
And like
That's exactly
he played
what
it.
happened.
And Lloyd was like, man, I don't even really know if I really want to do this hook they already got on here. You know what I'm saying? He like, oh, Janquill, boy. Oh, man.
You know Smyrna, baby?
Yeah, Smyrna. Good old Smyrna. So,
Damn.
yeah. So, Lloyd,
said Lloyd,
he was like, he didn't really know if he wanted to do that hook. He like, let's write something new. And I was like, okay, that's like nothing. So the song come on, so
When you
Lloyd,
say Ryan, you saying Ryan Lovett?
Lloyd cousin.
Oh, Ryan, okay.
Yeah, Ryan,
Okay.
he like Lloyd right hand man. That's his cousin.
I got you.
So
I know what you're talking
he New Orleans, so him and Ted's grew up together.
Okay.
So that's why the
I get
Wayne thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Real New
absolutely.
Orleans.
Got it.
And so we were just over that. So I was like, and Lloyd was like, I don't really know what I'm gonna say on here. So he was like, I think I want to say something, because he had cracked the joke. He was on the episode of Wild and Out. You remember the first seasons of Wild and Out? He cracked that as a joke. Called me Mr. Flintstone, I could make it better. I think they might have booed him something. Nick Canada might have booed him something.
Wow.
He was like, you think we can use that in here? I'm like, yes.
Wow.
That's what's gonna work. This sound playful. So I just like, ooh, baby, come up with that real quick. Are we gonna do this? And And I
me
was
Mr.
Flintstone, I Could Make Your Bet Right. It was a joke he had cracked on Wild and Out. And then we put it in the song. And what I did was I chopped up the I Can Make Your Bet Right. Because at that time, it had become a popular thing that they was doing. Young Money was recording down here a lot.
I remember,
So
I remember that.
The engineer, KY.
Yeah, of course.
He from Kentucky. I know KY.
Yeah, I know
he was
KY.
doing a lot of Waka Flocka stuff too, and he made them chops
Them
popular.
chops, yeah, I remember
and I'm
that.
like, oh, we gonna chop you up, Lord, like they be doing on the rap songs.
Wow.
And so we sit that, and we did, man, we might have did that hook in about 5 minutes. I swear to God, about 5 minutes.
It happens that way
Ooh,
sometimes.
baby,
Those are the ones.
It's so easy. So we sent it back, and they was kind of like, well, we don't know if we like the other version better. But what happened was the version, the hook we did leaked.
Oh.
It leaked. And so you know how them leaks go back then. So a week later, that's when Ted's like, oh, this gonna be the official version.
Yeah.
It's going crazy.
Because once somebody caught it, it was over.
You know, Wayne and them was so hot back then. But yeah, we just,
Now, did it leak or did it?
you know what? From that, it wasn't even from us.
Okay.
Cause we were now on the leak. Now we were.
I know that. That's what I know.
Yo, we were professional leakers. Yeah, we was professional leakers. We'll blast them out. We had been doing that, right? So that's why I was
Jasper said, if I leaked it, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I tell you.
I'm telling
We
you.
was known for that. I done had some smashes off some leaks.
Yeah.
Some of my biggest records was really leaks.
Wow.
But we kind of had to do them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
But I didn't even do this one.
Yeah.
So that's what was so crazy. We was like, oh, that one slipped out? And we was like,
And
oh.
Smash,
and
gone.
the Smash gone. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
to go
So
with it then.
they had to go with it. But you know what I mean? It was so crazy how it happened so quick, bro.
Well, man,
Like,
listen, man, that's crazy. And speaking of leaks, right? We're gonna talk about leaks.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Did you leak Ciara's Promise?
man, you know y'all know who did that.
Don,
We knew
Don,
we was gonna do it.
Don.
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 You know, but we knew, but you know what though? We knew,
Don.
but everybody knew we was gonna do that though. You know,
Right.
but you know, Sean, you
guy
know,
who leaks
yeah,
Love
you
His
know,
Club.
yeah, you know,
Love His Club.
you are
Shorty,
the professional leaker.
Yeah,
Straight
Shorty's
to
a
Grand
professional
Street,
leaker.
Right.
Straight to Grand Street. But we knew we was gonna do that though because we knew we had to do that because her label wasn't even believing in that song.
I remember that.
Because her label executive came out, I'll never forget, we was in Silent Sound. Me, Polo, CC, all us just sitting there, we played it. And the record executive was like, he didn't think, it was like, we was like, oh,
You didn't get it.
they probably wasn't even gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? So, at that point, we from, that's another good thing about Atlanta. If you get something to moving in Atlanta,
It's gonna go.
it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So we
Send it to the street.
So
send it
yeah. So
send it to
then
Greg Street. Send it to Reggie. Send it
yeah.
to.
So
Exactly.
So you
You know
know
what I
what?
mean?
So you
Send it to Hot, send it to-
So you know what had to
Yeah.
happen.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that was one of the ones we had to activate because it's like, okay, they don't get it.
Yeah.
By the way, and that's another credit to the community because
Sure.
for us to be connected to a Greg,
Yeah.
to a Reggie Rouse, to
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Priceless.
Is
Little Bankheads, all these different things.
Everybody.
Yeah, and they would support
They would support it, man.
the music. Like
And
they
make
was
it
happy to
move.
have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they, because a lot of people don't realize, like, Atlanta sets the top. V103
Three set the tone for a lot of people.
B103,
for the surrounding areas. Like,
V103,
like
Hot
Hot
Streets.
107, yeah.
You know, even if you get to go, you go to Kiss, Kiss 104.
Yep.
Sets a song for Urban AC.
Yep.
Yep.
Like literally, I could call. If I got an Urban AC record, call Derek. Like Derek,
Put it
come on,
right in
put
and they're gonna
Yeah.
move.
and it goes. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they have those kind of relationships with all the creatives.
Everybody, yep.
You know what I mean?
So that-
any of one of us could call.
So that ecosystem is priceless because a lot of lives have been saved and careers have been blossomed out of that
I agree.
ecosystem,
Right.
bro.
I agree.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
One of my
crazy.
greatest MCs, Chris Lover Lover.
Come on, Chris. Come on.
And Poon Daddy.
And the Poon Daddy.
You
You
must
can't-
never
no, don't forget the Poon Daddy.
My brother Cool Daddy.
Absolutely.
Oh, William Ingram.
Yes.
Hey, so man, so we've been blessed to be in a certain city to where we can leak a song and then make it go nationwide.
Yeah. It happens all the time.
Yeah. I have a question about connection to artists.
Yes.
And, how that, because obviously we enjoy working with, a bunch of different artists.
Yes.
But when you look at just your body of work with a Lloyd,
Yeah.
with a Ciara,
Yes.
For sure.
how does that connection strengthen and get the way that it is you know, from day one to now, to even 15, 20 years into a career, that artist still, you know, recognizes the connection to you and the magic that you guys make?
Man, I honestly think the connection come from them knowing I only want the best for them. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? And it's never about me pushing what I think they should do or a song I got or none of that. It's always about what do you want to do? How can we make your dreams come true? How can I be of service to you and your dreams?
Word.
And I think they knew that
love
from the
that.
jump. So they always trusted me because they knew I wasn't coming in trying to influence them in a way that was going to benefit me. And to be honest with you, I met them so young that I was like their big brother. So
Yeah.
I kind of had to take care of them in a certain kind of way. And it was always genuine. Like I don't even know if I was ever even really tripping on doing music with them. We might have met through music, but I wasn't even tripping on, I would just really be like a guardian sometimes. So,
Yeah,
I'd take them to other sessions. I'd make sure they're straight. And their
Yeah.
parents trusted me. Because their
That's
parents,
yeah.
seen that as well.
Yeah.
So I think it comes from a genuine place of people knowing that you really want the best for them.
I agree.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's amazing, man.
I think that's important. You just said a whole lot, because even, you know, it's the ones that we're close with, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think that is a huge part of creativity for someone who has to get out there and sing that song.
Yes.
To know that the people that are standing behind them, next to them, you know, supporting them, I just want the best for you.
I just want the best for you. Because, being an artist, man, and y'all know this, it's so many people coming at you from so many different ways.
Yeah, man.
With so many different objectives that it could be very, very scary.
Yeah.
So if you ever could connect with somebody who you know for real is gonna look out for you in a real way, man, I think that's what keep them sane too.
Right.
Having certain support systems that know that they can fall back on outside of this business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside of doing a song or any of the opportunity that it looked like it might be. This person really wanted to see me win in life and as a person.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's way different
And
than
they'll
just
be
an
here
artist.
even if they can't get anything out of it.
Get anything out of it. Because it used to be so funny. People used to always think like, no, they are, because we're in a business where mostly everybody always trying to look for an end or how to get, you know what I mean? So they'll think you running a certain play or something. You be like, I ain't even on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't no move or no play or nothing like, you know what I'm saying?
And I also believe that the telltale sign of it is, when you are in a space, it's like, I'm not trying to work on, it's not, it doesn't feel like I'm forcing myself on
At
nobody.
all.
Like I think about my relationship with Brian and Brandon and Jagged
Yeah,
Edge.
it's
And,
flow.
and people are like, I said, I don't work on every Jagged Edge album. That don't mean that they not my boys.
people?
Yeah.
Like, that don't mean I'm not going to continue to support them. They're not going to, you know what I mean?
Because sometimes we're in a position too, sometimes they'll call us and we might not even have what they need at
What
that
they
point. So
need.
we
They
be
might
like,
be on-
hey,
exactly.
I'm going to hook you up because I might not be able to give I know what you
So-and-so
need.
could give you this.
So-and-so could give you
This happen for
you
you.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have never seen Johnta press or do, Johnta just flow. Like,
Bro,
you know
we
what I
all
mean?
do.
We all just flow. Y'all,
all do.
it ain't no, we don't really come from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never seen y'all do that. You know what I mean? So it's it blessed that it worked out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For us, because we all came in the game early together. You know what I mean? And it's I be thinking about it sometimes, and I think because we all know it's a very slim line between a song being a smash hit and getting to the world, and a song just staying on tape or in your computer.
hard
Nobody
drive.
ever. You know what I mean? Like so. It's a fine line between that. We probably got some songs we thought was some of our best songs, but nobody never heard them.
Yes.
So when you come to the reality
Got a few of
of
those.
man, this thing is way bigger than me. It takes so many factors outside of my talent, how dope or fly I think we is and all that, for a song to get to the world and for the world to actually like it and to keep it here, it'll humble you. Because, you know what I'm saying? It'll humble you because it's like, man, there's so many factors, man. It's way bigger than how dope and fly I think I am or how how jamming this is or any of those kind of things. You know what I mean? Because we are some, man, think about it, we know some very talented people who never had one hit.
True. Very true.
It is, music is a lot like sports and any other thing in life. It's somebody who could bust Michael Jordan's ass.
Right now.
Pause. That, that we never heard
Never
of.
heard of.
We never heard of him.
Never heard
what I mean? That never got the shot.
Never got the shot.
And like you say, that's amazing to put it that way, that it's so much. You can't get too arrogant about what you've done because you have to always be mindful of all of the other things that had to happen.
For it to even
and all of the other people
that had to be
That was
involved.
all-
had
the
to
way.
be involved along the way
Yes.
for it to get there.
Yes.
You doesn't happen, just at, Jasper's house with Lloyd.
No.
And You Got It Bad doesn't just happen, at Southside or, Come Over doesn't just happen at Sony Studios. It's so many other things.
Man.
You know what I mean? To make that, happen. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And before we move on, because one of those things, for that record, Come Over.
Yeah.
Come Over was one of those records that you described. For whatever reason, when we did it, the business and the relationship side of it with her label, had gone a certain way.
Yeah.
And those records were shelved.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Missing
then-
You, Come
yeah.
Over, on the records got
They were
shelved.
shell.
And then she passed.
Wow.
So another tidbit is that we actually gave Come Over to Changing Faces.
Correct.
And it came out.
Wow.
We're asked often, why did Aaliyah remake a Changing Faces record?
Yeah.
She didn't.
She did it.
They did an Aaliyah record.
Yeah, basically.
That
She
y'all
did
thought
it.
wasn't going to
yeah.
ever get. Wow.
That we thought was
man.
never going to
We
get the
never
light
thought
of
it was gonna
day.
come out. And then she passes away, and now they need all these masters. And that's
Wow.
And that's how, so that's the thing. That was the unfortunate thing to happen. Her passing
For them records.
is how those records saw the light of day. Without it,
It doesn't happen.
you
Don't
probably never
The
hear
hit
her interpretation of those records.
How deep is that?
deep.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, it's deep.
I got one more record. I want to ask you about
Okay.
Nivea,
Okay.
25
25
reasons.
reasons.
Oh, Nivea, too. You pulled one out right there. What up, Niv?
Yeah,
Man, I'm gonna be real
And
with
we
you.
all have incredible history with Nivea.
Man, from the
Absolutely.
jump, because y'all was
She was
doing
at noontime, we
100%.
have incredible history with
Man,
Nivea.
it was so crazy because I'm gonna tell you, she had a little boyfriend back then that used to come to the studio all the time with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had a little white Cadillac, right? He used to be bringing her to the studio. I think she had got the demo she did with y'all helped her get that job.
They don't got her
then.
deal. No, exactly.
See, so-
Don't Mess With My Man actually
Yeah.
got her record deal.
So then, her and her manager, they started coming up.
CL.
You see, CL, son. He CL something else. Hey, hey, he pulled the move on the whole
Shit,
Atlanta,
man.
didn't he? Hey, he pulled the move on the whole city. Hey, he pulled the move on the whole city, didn't he? And when it got that deal, didn't he?
Look at CL, man.
He pulled the good one, boy. He pulled the
That
real
nigga
one, right?
there, boy.
I
Anyway.
didn't even go so crazy was, right? He told everybody she could write. I didn't really know if she could, if she could write, but I come to find out he got a big publishing deal from Job and
Yeah,
everything,
Zamba,
but I
yeah.
don't even know if she was really writing. But he told us,
Nivea actually is a really good writer.
yeah,
She
she's
can
a real
write
good
ass off.
writer, right?
She was the secret sauce to my, that's
The
all
thing,
another
yeah.
conversation, but finish.
So but she's had his little boyfriend, because she was still a teenager then. And then come to the studio, so y'all know who did that track?
Oh.
Leslie Brathwaite.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
Leslie.
I knew that.
Yep,
I'm
because you know
tripping, I knew
Leslie
that.
was
I'm tripping, I
producer
knew that.
too.
I did not.
I knew that.
Yeah, so Leslie was a
wow,
producer
Shout
too.
out to Leslie.
What
Shout
up,
out Leslie.
Leslie?
You know Leslie had that hit with 112. with
Yeah,
Mace.
yep.
He produced Love Me.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
By
Don't
himself.
Mace, yep.
Him.
So
Yeah.
Leslie, because we all up under Dallas. So
Double
Leslie,
Dallas,
yeah.
So Leslie also taught me the art of simplicity. Because he's him coming from an engineering background.
Correct.
He like, man.
He know how it's gonna sound.
He know how it's gonna sound from the jump.
the space.
Keep the space.
Yeah.
So Leslie had the track. We all was in there when he was making the track. He like, I'm gonna keep it real simple. We gonna tell the story. And she was like, okay. And we was like, we just asked her, what you like about your little boyfriend? Because you hang around him every day, and he bring you to, and she just started naming all the stuff that she like about him.
Wow.
So that was literally the song. He cooked me beef ribs and white gravy. He woo woo, real Atlanta girl style.
Wow.
That's literally what the song is.
Wow.
And when she started naming all that stuff, and then I just started singing the hook. I can give you 25 reasons why I really. Because we like, we gonna name 25 reasons, and then Leslie say, you know what? Leslie say, you know what? We ain't even gonna get to 25. We gonna stop right here, and we gonna make it some creative to get to the number 25.
Wow.
So that song is just literally all the little things she said her little
boyfriend
boyfriend
at the
that she
time.
liked about her little boyfriend at the time.
That's
Verbatim.
brilliant.
Talk about
Verbatim.
Life, man. Talk about life, bro.
That's fucking brilliant.
Verbatim, dog.
I
Like,
love that.
Like it's really straight from her mouth. Like, yeah, I like this, I like this, that's why. But descriptive, you can't make it up. That's why it's so descriptive like that. Cause it's strictly exactly what she liked about her little boyfriend.
Yeah,
And that's why it connects, though.
That's why I connect.
exactly.
It's
And
authentic.
them girls I'm like,
Of course,
wow.
100%, 1,000%.
Appreciate you, Neil. Man, I appreciate every artist that ever even took an idea and had to stand on it and put it out, bro. And they gotta be the ones to go out and sell it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Because they got to sing the song.
They
for the
got to
rest
go
of their
sing
life.
the song. They got to go
You know?
present it to the world. And for
Yeah.
real, whether it's a good or bad song, they the ones who most time gonna take the brunt of it because they the face of it.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
always, as I always appreciated an artist trusting me enough to sing an idea or do an idea. But as you get older, you really appreciate it because they got to go sell it. They got to get up and do the morning shows. They got to go do the performances. They got to be the ones.
And
live it. They got to live it.
Keeps the song alive
Yes.
in our world, alive in our bank account.
Yeah, out, man.
You know
Come
what
on.
I mean? Like, it keeps that's a song.
Boy.
You know what I mean?
Thank
That's what keeps it
God.
alive.
Cause y'all got some. Hey, these boys, woo. Y'all don't know about some real money makers, Jack. You understand me?
Cheers to that.
Hey, cheers to that.
I got a little kid. I got to keep that money.
Yeah, you gotta work.
God, I'm going to be working till I'm 90.
But basically, you know what I'm saying?
And we've been blessed with songs, man, that keeps playing. To be honest with you, man, our songs been playing on radio for over 20 years.
Yeah, man.
And they keep getting bigger and bigger
bigger,
and
bro.
bigger and bigger.
Bigger, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all ever
Yes.
think about those songs? We like, man, we've been eating off these. These songs getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now they done start sampling our songs.
Yeah.
And so,
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know
and so
what
it's
I'm
like, whoa.
saying?
I don't really know how many of the new generation songs gonna last like the songs we was putting out. It's some that's gonna last,
Yeah.
but you know.
Nah, the way that we, I think about, I posted last month, my first release was Mona
Mona
Lisa.
Lisa.
Can't
I
Be Wasting
remember,
My Time.
and I remember that.
30 years
Think
ago.
about that, bro.
Jesus.
When it was the music business was real back then. To get a song to come out with a video on BET.
Video on BET?
Oh my
Video.
God, you made it.
Nah, I'm telling you, and it's crazy. Before I met Johnta, I was still in Houston when that song came out. And I remember being like, man, I love this song.
Me too.
When you put together that there was a 14-year-old Johnta or a 15-year-old Johnta, that's the reason why the thing it conveyed
It
with Mona
conveyed
Lisa,
the right
'cause
way.
Mona Lisa's a young artist.
A young
So you
artist.
have a young person writing for another young person.
With the
that
Lost
it-
Boys on that mug.
Yeah.
The Lost Boys.
Come on,
Rest in
man.
peace, Freaky Ty.
Freaky Ty.
Johnta,
That's
how
it.
you get a placement that young?
So what's crazy, and we've talked
We talked
about
about it,
this.
yeah.
So the producers, Mass Avenue,
Yeah.
Bob Anton and Andre Evans, they had a connect with Butt Naked Tim Dog.
Butt
Naked
naked
Tim
Tim
Dog.
Dog.
A&R.
Legendary
And
Tim
MCL.
Dog.
Yeah.
Legendary A&R Tim Dog.
And that's how we got the record. They got the record. We had written it at Bob's house. And, they were in New York. They placed the record. They got Mona Lisa on it. Put the Lost Boys on it.
Because Tim Dog was A&R on that island at the time.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He left uptown.
Island Def
He
Jam.
left
Absolutely.
uptown and Bad Boy and
went
was
over
at
there.
Island.
And for
Absolutely.
y'all who don't know, placements was very hard back then.
What? What?
Getting a song placed on an artist that comes out and actually having a video on a
was
real album.
A single? Are you
single?
crazy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yo,
Man, see now y'all just put songs out, so y'all don't know the
There's
way.
no barrier,
it's,
right?
Oh
Yeah.
my
It's
To
God.
have
There's
a
no
single,
barrier.
to have a single, but to have the
First
first
single.
First single off of Sound Like, because the Wayans
The huge
brothers.
soundtrack.
Yes.
Huge soundtrack. And it's a kid, it's a team from Atlanta.
Wow.
At the time, you have to understand.
It wasn't going on like
it was,
that.
It was Jermaine and
Dallas
Dallas and
and
LaFace.
Organized Noise,
And
that's
that was it. And Organized Noise, all of that.
So you had a teenager from Atlanta writing a
God,
song
my
on this
God.
major soundtrack.
Who, yeah.
That is a New York sounding record.
record.
Lost Boys,
Yeah.
all these different elements, you know what I mean? The Careless
Yeah.
One samples.
Man,
you know
all
what I
of
mean?
that.
Mona Lisa was my first. Shout out to Mona Lisa.
Shout out,
Mona
Where
Lisa.
you are,
Dog, I
my
just
dear.
asked somebody, I was like, where the hell is Mona Lisa?
But if you see this, hit us up.
Yeah,
We
man.
would love to have
would
you
love
on.
to talk to you.
We want to talk to Mona Lisa. Okay, so now we've been talking about these records and like how they start, how they go, how they end up. Talk about, you know, I would love both of y'all takes on like a regional record or a record that feels like it starts regional and then somehow makes it around the globe. I'm gonna tell you two records that come to mind.
Yeah.
Both hip hop records.
Yes.
Whoop, there it is.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Tag team back again.
Yeah.
Check your curriculum. Let's begin.
Whoop, there it
Yeah.
is. And Get Low
Yeah.
by Lil Jon and the Yin Yang Twins.
Yes.
I think you take Lil Jon in general, just him
Wow.
and how he was so
Oh my God.
559. So, you know what I mean? So Atlanta.
So Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, that, I mean, when Jermaine went and hired him, to be A&R, was because
Yeah.
John was in the street. Like, he was literally
In the hood.
in the streets.
In the gutter, baby. Pinups.
Putting out records on Ishabon.
Yep. Yeah.
For sure.
Itchy Bond.
Ichiban. That was the only label here. You remember that?
Putting records out on Ishabon.
MC
Eastside Boy,
Breed.
yeah,
MC
you know what I'm
Breed.
saying?
Oh man.
You know, the Eastside Boys putting out records on Ishabon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was outside.
He sure was.
You know what I mean?
That
And-
sound was it was almost unbelievable, being from here when that sound started. Like we're like, whoa, they taking the dirt of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And making
I remember when I first came to Atlanta and when I first got in for school and my first time experiencing that.
Yeah.
You know, going to Clark and there was a lot of local kids who went to Clark and I was in a band with a lot of local kids.
Yeah.
And the whole yeek culture,
Yeah.
the whole Atlanta dance culture, like that was my first time ever experiencing anything like that. And then I remember seeing like Lil Jon on what's my man, Arnell Starr.
Arnell Starr.
Arnell
American
Starr.
Rap Makers.
We're
Whoa.
gonna kick it right into the next video, baby.
Arnell Starr.
Yeah,
My
American
God,
Rap
my
Makers,
God.
baby.
Rap Makers.
American Rap
Yo,
Makers.
first
my
time
God.
Oh,
ever
that's
really
culture.
seen,
You talking
like,
culture
real
now,
culture.
baby.
Culture,
Share
yeah.
a showcase.
You know what I mean?
On that.
That's my first time.
Come on
ever,
now.
You know, ever really getting
Yeah.
that Atlanta. Like
Yes.
my first time touching down in Atlanta, like the first night watching American Rap Makers with Arnell Starr and seeing Lil Jon and
Yeah.
seeing Kilo
Kilo,
Kilo
yes.
Ali,
seeing-
baby.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real
Yeah.
Atlanta artists.
Yeah.
Like, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, but to see like you said, Whoop There It Is, Get Low.
Right.
Yin Yang Twins in general, Yin Yang Twins, Lil Jon in general, like they went to the masses global. They became
Super.
global
Super global.
stars.
Yes.
Listen, I was in, this is a new segment called Rich Nigga Stories.
Yeah.
Write that down. Write that down. What was we at?
I was in Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Woo.
First of all, the Z is silent. It's
Yeah.
pronounced like a TH, okay?
Ibiza.
So for all my young ladies who are posting on the
It's
gram,
not Ibiza.
I'm in Ibiza.
Yeah,
No, baby, it's
looking for a
Ibiza.
rich nigga. When you get over there,
Don't
at
say
least
that.
know how to pronounce
Don't
it.
say that.
Okay? It's Ibiza. That's how you say it. Okay. So anyway,
Finish the story.
we are in oh shit. What's my spot? They got it in Miami, they got it in St. Bart's. They got
Nikki Beach.
Nikki
Oh,
Beach.
Nikki Beach.
Right, yeah.
Nikki Beach.
I'm about to say Sandro Pega got it all over
Yeah,
the place.
Another
So,
rich nigga over
Yeah,
there.
Nikki Beach.
So, and this shit comes, and by the way, it might be me and 4 other black people
In the entire space.
in the entire space.
They went
Is,
crazy.
is whites, whites, black, Asian,
Yes.
whites,
Whites.
and more whites.
Yeah.
And Get Low comes on in Ibiza. And they sing this shit word for word.
From the window to the
Till
wall.
the sweat drop down my balls.
All you bitches thought. All
Skeet, skeet, motherfucker. Skeet, skeet. Goddamn. Never like that is. And so for, like, I'm one of 4 or 5 black people in this place. I'm certain I'm the only one from Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around like this is the most Atlanta song ever.
Yeah.
And all of you, ain't nobody, y'all probably ain't even been to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And y'all are singing this word for word. 50-11 times. I done came to the club about 50-11 times.
I
That's
play
so,
with your pad and
that's so, but it's what Jasper was
God.
saying
Yeah.
about like when you had you, now they might be in the dressing room talking about us.
Yeah.
But when you caught you one in one of them clubs, on a Monday night at Magic or, a Tuesday night at the Gentleman's Club.
Yes.
Before Magic was Monday night at Gentleman's Club.
Mondays Club, yes. At the GC, baby.
The GC.
Come on now.
Hold
Come on now. Let's talk about it.
Hey. Right now, baby.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
if you catch you one, that is the exact line.
Yep.
I done came. This bitch is fine. I done came to the club about 50 times.
I body tap.
Every week.
Oh my God.
Every week.
We trying to figure
She
it
told
out.
me her real name and everything.
Everything, Johnta.
We got a connection.
Yeah.
We got a connection.
Everything.
Listen, there have been times when I may or may not have gone in there. I might have gone by the mailbox.
Yes.
I might have got an unexpected little something
Yeah.
from ASCAP.
Ooh.
I might have gone up in there and said, listen, I don't want to leave with this.
This
I
is
want
yours.
to.
None of it.
This is
I want to
yours.
bless
Not a
somebody.
dollar of
This
it.
is yours.
I
This
wanted to
yours.
stay in
All
this
of
with
it.
you.
You
Take my
my
money.
money.
Take it, baby.
Take it, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
It's for you.
But that's that. But back to the thing, like that's an example of like where do y'all sit with that as far as like, okay, it's a regional record.
Yeah.
But then they go global because you mentioned somebody. Kilo Ali was the king of the regional.
Yep.
I never get.
Yep.
Like,
I remember I asked
Southeast,
Yep.
Kilo Ali smacking niggas upside the head.
I remember I asked Rico Wade, one of my first questions when I first met him, before we first became friends, I asked him, I was like, yo, you did a multi-million-dollar deal with Interscope Records after, the success of En Vogue and TLC and Outkast and Goody Mob. And your first artist was Kilo Ali? There's no way Jimmy Iovine was going to understand that.
Yeah.
He said, Brian, the whole point I was trying to make was that Kilo Ali is the Prince of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And if you are given an Atlanta label, we partnered with an Atlanta label, you said that you believe in our vision, just like Dre is the king of West Coast. Right? Dre signed West Coast artists, he, all that, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be we this Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I'm signing Kilo, Witch Doctor, Cool Breeze. Like I'm building an Atlanta label. I was like, damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like he was like, there was no way. Kilo was too hot out here.
Yeah.
Like in this city, it was too hot.
It was too hot,
There was
yeah.
no way that I wasn't gonna do that deal.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, and you gotta love it. Like, so that's
God
kind of
bless. God rest.
Rico Wade.
Rico Wade.
Shout
Rico
out
Wade.
to
Rest
the
up.
legendary,
Rico Wade.
the legendary, iconic,
Yeah.
Wade.
iconic
Rest
Rico
up, my
Wade.
guys.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Organized Noise, Ray, Sleepy,
Yeah.
my guys.
And what's fun? So, a side note before we move on, I always thought it was funny that Whoop, There It Is sounds like a Florida ass record.
Yeah.
But they're from Denver, Colorado.
Yes.
What's my man?
Tag team is
back
from
again.
yeah.
What's my man, the DJ? He was like the legendary DJ at Magic City.
Yeah, that's why they made the song.
Legendary, because that was what they used to say
Yeah, at the club.
At the club, that's what we used to say. Oh man, what's my man's name? Oh my God. Grand Supreme, bro, was
Who was talking about DJ from Magic City?
yeah, man.
Steve Rowland. But Steve Rowland was the one with the braids.
Yeah.
But you know what else they should say whoop that is?
Who?
We say whoop that is our basketball.
That's what he
thing.
said.
Yeah.
Somebody dunk.
Yo,
or
for real,
somebody,
that's what he said.
Or somebody,
Yeah.
yep. So I think that was just a saying
Yeah.
before it even. But they started. Then it came from like the streets until the strip club, and then they
Yes.
just took it and made it a song.
Incredible.
Incredible.
DC,
DC, the brain supreme.
Because I met
DC,
DC at Strokers like years later and was like, yo, he was still DJing the strip clubs. And I was like, yo, this DC the brain supreme.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. Yo, I'm still outside. I'm still,
I'm still here, baby.
But
Yeah.
Whoop That is independent, so they made a gang of paper.
Ooh.
It was independent.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. DC the brain supreme. Yep.
So now, doing that, so taking that all into consideration, because we've talked about regional, global, artists. What is the oh shit,
I was started playing that shit. They heard me say it. I was started saying that.
They started whoop.
There it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
That's a whoop that is.
We had to have it. What is the shift now for artists? Like, because now it's easier, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you can connect with the world a lot easier than we were able to connect with the world and songs and artists. And, what do you guys think should be the focus for artists and how they connect?
Man, being in the world today, the good and bad part is that you connect with everybody so fast. But the bad part about it is it's so hard to be special because everybody see and get everything. So back in the day, what would make an Atlanta thing so special because nobody in the world has seen those Atlanta things. Or what make a Houston thing so special was we go down there and say, what are y'all drinking?
Yeah.
Y'all slow y'all
Yeah, it was
music
down.
down?
It was a thing.
Like, oh, what the world
The
is going
beauty of region.
The beauty of
being
regionality.
Yeah.
Really, when they took that out, it kind of messed a lot of things up too because it made it took away the specialness. You know what I mean? You used to could look at the way somebody dressed and kind of could know what region they were from. Or nowadays it's kind of hard to do that because everybody get everything at the same time. So it's kind of hard to stand out. It's kind of hard to have some form of specialness about you. And in the world we in, the specialness about you is what make you cut through and make you special or make people want to get into you more.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of a harder thing to do.
Because now everything, it feels like it's been done, right?
Yes.
So how does it cut through? Like, one of you guys is greats. When I think about Mike Jones putting his real phone number on the record.
That was his real number.
Come on.
For sure.
So you call that number.
Come on.
That's
281-330-5504.
Yes.
Come on. And I'm going to tell you what's so crazy. Nowadays, even if you come with a unique idea, people get it so fast that before it can even be special enough for you,
It's done.
20 other people done come up and just gonna start doing it too. So you can't even live with your own.
It's hard to stay a first mover in the space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
you are the first mover, but so many people adopt the idea.
Fast.
Yes.
That
I mean, to the point where, I feel like the main thing is like the lack of gatekeepers or proper gakeepers.
Yes.
I think that we complained about gatekeepers when they were there, but now it's like
we need gatekeepers.
we need gatekeepers, man.
We
You know what
do.
I'm saying?
We
Like think about all the things.
Listen to me.
We need gatekeepers, man.
We need gatekeepers.
Yeah, we don't have
need
any.
some. We need there has to be rules,
Yeah.
right? Like it can't be
Everybody just do whatever they
the
want
Wild
to do.
Wild West.
Yeah. Because think about this, right? I grew up in Houston.
Yes.
And the only way I would even get any construct of what was going on in New York City would be through like Rap City, MTV
Yes.
Raps or something like that, right? So like I went to Morehouse High School. I would see these kids that, I came up with, they would watch Rap City, MTV Raps. They would come to school with the Timberlands and the baggy jeans, go to merry-go-round and buy the baggy jeans and the Timberlands. Yeah.
Shout out
In
to
Houston,
merry-go-round.
in Houston, you can literally go to the store and there will be a surplus of Timberlands because nobody in Houston.
they
In New York in the 90s, you probably could never find no Timberlands.
Yep.
Right.
Like it was something special.
Or Air Force Ones.
Or Air Force
Yeah, or
Ones.
Air Force Ones,
It was always, each region had something very special
about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I came to Atlanta, it was something very special and different about, even though Houston and Atlanta are kindred.
Yeah, but it's still
there's
a
a
little
very different thing in '97 when I came to
Yeah.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
and learning how to go to Walters.
Yep.
Learning how to, you know what I mean? Like just learning the culture of the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Walters is a famous shoe store here in Atlanta.
Still open.
Y'all youngins, they call it a streetwear
Yes,
place.
exactly. Exactly. Popular streetwear place downtown.
A shoe store,
Rest
yeah.
in peace to Mr. Walters.
Mr.
Rest
Walters.
in peace, Mr. Walters.
Yeah,
And his
but
wife.
we would go there, we get our shoes, we get
Yeah.
our starter jackets.
Everything.
Starter
or
jackets,
and it's a,
your
it was a
Dickies,
very small
you know what I'm saying?
store.
Whatever you want.
This
you know
gonna
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you something. The Walters, this one I know I really had to be in the music business. I never forget, I seen Eric Sherman down there buying a girl about 5 Coogee dresses.
Oh, yeah.
I say, I definitely got to get me some money. He done, you know, this back in the 90s.
Eric
I say,
Sherman-
he just cashed out
Eric
5.
Sherman-
He bought her 5 Coogee dresses.
And just imagine.
I need to get me some money.
Eric Sherman had some money, and he was living in New York, and he came to Atlanta with that money.
Oh, my God.
That boy Eric was like, oh, we.
It was at the legendary Walters, people.
At the legendary Walters.
But
All right,
you-
so new music.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about some current records.
Yeah.
You know, because we like to also talk about the currentness.
Yes.
I mean, we have to. We're part of the culture. We're still
Yeah,
actually
for sure.
active. You know what I mean?
The Brent Fayez album.
Yeah.
I love it. I love like Butterflies.
Okay,
that's
that's
my
hard.
We talked about
standout
this the other day.
one. That's
Yeah.
I love that record.
Yeah.
But he's like he's a storyteller.
Yes. A
storyteller.
very good one.
Like
Descriptive, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Brent is somebody who I've been following him since the beginning of his career, watching his growth and his commitment to the art and the culture and
Yes.
wanting to kind of, expand.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the album. Also,
We like it. I want to ask you, what is he doing on the single? Because I listened to
wait.
Have To, and it
yeah.
feels like did he speed his voice
I
up?
feel like he did
Yeah,
the
he
Camille
did.
thing. He
Okay.
did the Prince with Prince
Prince,
and Camille.
Dre did it too.
Yeah, okay.
But she lived in my
vocals
lap.
If I was your girlfriend.
Yeah, I think that he, I feel like he tapped into that.
Yeah.
And, I'd be remiss to say that, Raphael Sadiq is executive producer of the show.
Oh, yes.
So I think that also expands
sure.
his,
The whole
you know what I mean,
yeah.
his perspective.
You could tell
You know what I mean?
you tell he purposely took this album to, like, I'm gonna take it up another level.
Yeah. I mean, you pull in a person like Ray. It's
Yeah.
like,
Shout out
be
Ray.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ray.
Ray.
To Ray Sadiq.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Jadon, the Lullaby remix is going.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know,
Lil
with
J-Dub.
Ursha.
Ursha.
Usher, baby.
You know,
Ursha.
I heard that Ursha's verse was, written
It was written by a young man by the name of
Oh!
Johnta Austin.
That makes sense. Had to come get him out. Oh, that's
But Jadon is another young artist that I think has a bright future.
Yeah.
I think so too, and I think that
And he trying. You know what? You could tell he trying. He wants it.
Yeah.
He's trying. He putting effort in it.
Yeah.
He like it became cool for it to be less effort or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For people to not
Ex-
care.
For
Thank
artists
you.
to not care.
Thank you.
You could
Thank
tell
you.
he cared.
He cares.
You could see
and,
it.
And when you hear random people, like I hear random people talk about him.
For sure.
Like some, you know what I mean? Like people I wouldn't even know they would know who he is. It's like, oh no, I just saw this kid, Jadon, he's rocking. So I think that he has a promising future.
Yeah.
I think that his pedigree, he's been through, I think a lot of times we see the finished product and people think it happens overnight.
Yeah, but he's been
through the ringer. We've known this since he was a little kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've known, everybody's in this community has known him for a minute.
We did a record with him when he was signed to Johnny Wright. when
Johnny
he was
Wright.
Maybe 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brian and Jermaine.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We've known
Wow.
him since he was a little
Yeah.
kid.
I've
So
known
it's-
him since he was a little boy.
Little boy.
I love
him
him
dearly.
You know what he got too, though? He got a tone that stands out.
Yes.
And you can clearly hear.
And you know when you hear it,
Yeah.
that's Jadon.
You can clearly hear it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So so it's like that matter.
Yeah, I think that he has a great thing ahead of him. You know what I mean? We just, in my perspective, and me and Usher even talked about this. Like a lot of the start and stop You know, like let's if we're gonna, let's
Keep flowing.
going.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
keep flowing.
Because he has something super special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm excited to see what
And I done heard some more records. He got them. He got some
joints.
He got some
shit.
joints like for
shit,
real. Like you know what I'm saying?
Got some shit.
Yeah.
He can keep it going. He got records. He can keep it going, man. And he care about it. You can tell he care. And I think that goes a long way.
Yep.
Especially in a world where people just feel like a lot of people don't care.
Yeah. Artists, songwriters, producers, take that, message, that
Please.
advice. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to care.
Caring.
The finished product.
Yes.
How the vocals sound.
Everything.
How the lyrics,
Even how you record it, man.
Even how you
Yeah,
record it.
how
Like
you
even like,
record it.
let's get back to the quality of
For real.
recording the song.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And the story.
And the story.
I can't tell you how many times, in the last 3-4 years, I hear records.
The verse
It's
don't
like,
match the hook.
Are y'all writing? Are we
together.
telling the same story?
It's like, man, these verses ain't got nothing to do with this
Nothing to do
hook.
with what you
Are
said.
y'all telling the same story?
What, man, for real?
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, wait
Was
a minute.
everybody in the room?
What's the story?
Yeah. What are we saying?
What are we saying?
Yeah.
I feel like me and Kelly were talking about this the other night. I feel like analog is the new luxury. I feel like the construct of producers touching shit and artists really, and songwriters, artists really being in the room.
Yes.
I think that is a luxury, and I think that people are going to pay premium for it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like
It matters.
you're going to get the best out of it. I get it. Great songs come from people sharing files.
Yeah.
No disrespect to that concept or that construct. But I'm going back
Yes.
to the, you know what I mean? Like I got 8 keyboards in my house. I got an ASR 10 coming and a DAT machine.
You got the ASR?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I feel like the premium.
Yes.
You utilize the computers, utilize all stuff you got to utilize to get to the finish line.
Yeah.
But there's a premium in touching shit. Like you think about a producer like K Swisher, who's a young person.
Yes.
Right? You look at his setup.
Yeah.
K Swisher got SP 1200s, and that actually what made me say like, yo,
You know what?
if the young guys are saying they're going
Back,
they're going back.
We just gonna do it.
I'm just gonna get
We'll
my
do
shit.
what I do.
Connection
You know
to,
what I'm saying?
like, the last few records that Brian and I have been working on, we live 10 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
We both have setups. But I think the finishing process is like, sure, I could send the files over to him. Or I could get my ass in my car
And just drive
go
on the street.
over to him. And now we're in the same room,
space.
really speaking about, okay,
doing it.
this is what okay, boom, okay, now I got it.
Yeah.
Now let me do
Let me
this.
do it.
And
Exactly.
you know what I mean? It's
Just something that
yeah.
small.
Yes,
Just
and
that
And that's
interaction.
that's the connection.
Man,
You know what I'm
I think ain't nothing like the human interaction.
I agree.
And the energy from each other when you're doing the records and we all in the same space.
I agree.
You have to have it.
You gotta have it.
yeah.
I agree.
You gotta, because sometimes you do something that you don't know dope.
Yeah.
But your partner might see it like, hey, that's fire.
What you do
might
right
be-
there? Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
what you do right
Go
there?
back to that.
But you be like, huh?
Yeah.
But they'll
You like
catch
that?
it. Yeah, they'll catch it.
Yeah.
And so I think that kind of thing matters a whole lot.
Agreed.
I agree. I agree.
We got to get up out of here. Do we have time to talk about Victoria Monet?
Oh,
We
my
could talk
God.
about
Always
Victoria
time to
Monet.
talk about Victoria Monet.
Always.
Let
Always.
me be a ride or die.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I mean, also,
love it.
She's to me a testimony of like a person who's been in this business, writing songs for the people. She was an artist before.
Yes.
Started writing songs, writing hits
Yes.
for the people.
Smash
And
Ariana Grande.
came back around and was okay. I'm
My time.
gonna do my artist thing again.
Yeah.
It's her and Money Long,
Yeah.
and they got the same kind of story.
Yeah.
But I think it's incredible because didn't Victoria win Best New Artist? So
She did.
Yeah.
She did. And
Like,
that on my mama was crazy.
And my thing is like this, like, for us, it was like, yo, that's amazing because I know how much work she put in. I know how long she's been in this business.
For sure.
And to be like, yo, you put a record out and it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You and a great D-Mile work.
Woo.
You work, you know what I'm saying? And y'all make some
Shout out to
special.
D-Mile.
D-Mile
You know what I'm
cold.
saying?
That boy cold.
Yeah.
One of the best.
That boy
He's one of our
cold.
greats. He's
One
one
of
of
the
our
best.
greats.
He
No doubt.
Man,
Love
what-
that new Bruno record,
Oh,
by the way.
man.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
It's like a good time.
It sounds like a good time.
That shit's rolling. Let's go, man.
Yeah, no, it's just that whole construct. I just think that it's great to see artists, to see people who were artists and had to say, okay, I'm gonna go retreat to writing and figure it out. Especially women.
Yes.
Because we can do it all day.
Yeah.
Men, but see women say, okay, I'm gonna go retreat to writing and write smashes for the people,
Then come back
control
on.
those smashes,
Yes.
and then say, okay, now it's time for me to come
time
and
for
do
me.
my thing. And do it.
And really, that's an old school thing. I think like that's kind of how it used to happen all the time.
And Missy,
Like, you know what I'm
same
saying? Missy, the same thing. Even back, Isaac Hayes was the producer before he was the artist. Barry White was the
Barry
producer.
White was the
before-
producer, yeah.
I think that's always positive that we can do that people can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
Victoria,
agree.
she jamming, man. Money Long, they jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Great
What are you
space.
guys looking forward to for the year for R&B? What's your take? What's your outlook for?
Man, I'm gonna tell you
R&B in
something. I'm just
2026?
so happy that the world is really more receptive to super R&B more songs now.
Yes.
With the Kalani Fold,
Yes,
with
yes.
with all the scissor success, with all
Yes.
man, I think they're, we're in such a tricky business because people will start just because a certain thing will get high. It's like everybody just start wanting that certain thing all the time, and it gets so over flooded. Man, I'm just glad everybody's ears are back open to some real R&B music.
I agree.
Real R&B music.
I
I love
agree.
the fact that the way Justin did his new album. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
the way Justin
man.
Bieber did his new album.
Yes.
Dope, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Really, really soulful, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad across the board, people are more open to feeling more soulful type music.
Yeah, I think they even the response we had for Ari Lennox's album.
Ari Lennox, for
You know,
sure.
I think we're getting a proper
Come on.
response.
You
I
know,
think.
y'all was making hits when it was super hip hop heavy. Y'all was still coming through with some Ari Lennox straight up R&B hits. Pressure. When I heard y'all did, I said these boys done caught one. Ooh, they done caught one. This was cutting through. Yes, sir. Go.
Like a boy.
Yes.
Like a what?
For real, man.
No, but I think for me, what I'm looking forward to, like you said, is piggyback off what you're saying, is just the people's openness and willingness to receive this R&B music. And every time we are in the studio with an artist, people are excited.
Yes.
Like, we post reviews artists with, Kelly.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I can't wait to hear that. Anytime we post it, we're in the studio with Usher, they're like, what's next? You know?
For sure.
Anytime I just feel like people are looking for, even with Day 26, like I'm gonna work with them. And I think I think that even the prospect of that, people are like, oh my God, I can't wait for a Day 26 album. My relationship with Jagged, it's just, I think that people want to hear classic, and also feel like these new artists want that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm getting DMs from, random new artists that are signed to labels and like, yo, hey man, can you give me some of that Jagged Edge shit?
They want to feel something.
Can you give me some of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jermaine's doing Division's album. Like, it's just, I just think that it feels good to be in this space, and I feel like it's been a build for the past, maybe 5 or 6 years, a build to this.
And a return.
Yeah, exactly. To this
Return
space.
yeah.
Because even with, like I said, what Kehlani did with Folded, man, that's such a...
It's
such a
like
stamp.
y'all,
No, for real,
we
it's such a...
know.
It's such a
what I'm saying?
stamp.
Like, come on, man.
It's so close to what we know and what we do and what we, you know what I mean? She paid such a great homage. And of course, with Dre being in there, Dre is a part of our lineage.
He comes from that. Yeah.
I just think that she gets it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so we need more artists, more young people like her that get it.
Yes.
That want to make records like this.
Yeah.
Because she wants it.
Yeah.
And that's why I really admire her as an artist. I'm like, okay, no, she going after everybody.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit with Jermaine and Bryan. I'm going to go sit with Dre, with Andre. I'm going to go sit with Johnta. I'm going to go sit with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit with Organized Noise. I'm going to sit with, she's just like, I'm going to go sit with Tricky. I'm going to go sit with, you know what I mean?
The ones who do that.
She wants the authentic shit.
And she's another example of a testament to
grinding it out.
Perseverance and grinding it out. Her first record was what? 11, 12 years ago.
Yes.
And now it's almost like she's an overnight success.
No.
She's had hits too, by the way.
She had hits for real.
She's had hits throughout
And
the
moments.
years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? But it's just, for her, it was almost like, I love the strategy. It was like, okay, cool. I've been waiting to get to this moment where I can make the shit I really want.
And it worked bigger than
The shit that I
anything.
grew up listening to, the shit
come
that I
on.
love. I want to make that.
Yes.
And now I could be the face of that.
Yes.
And I love that for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're always one hit away, people.
Oh man, one song away, baby.
Always.
That's it. One song away.
Yeah,
Always. I like to see like some legacy artists come back and have success.
for sure.
Yeah.
I like to see like an A. Marie or like a
Yeah,
Maya.
I see she back working.
Yeah,
all of them back working.
I like to see
Yeah.
I like to see some legacy artists that we haven't seen in a while that's been performing and doing well.
Yeah.
I like to see them have hit records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like while we're working with Kelly, I want to see Kelly have a hit record.
Hit record. Yes.
I like to see Monica
Yeah.
and Brandy have a hit record.
For sure.
Now, in this climate.
Yeah, now,
Right.
yeah.
You know what I mean? We know that they're gonna always make money doing what they're doing
Right.
because they're
It's
who
legacy
they are.
Yes.
catalog, but
Right?
yeah, some
They got
right
the joints. They got
Yeah.
the joints. We know that.
Yeah.
But watching that tour, watching the Brandy and Monica tour,
Oh,
seeing
man.
Kelly, seeing Maya on some of the shows, seeing Money Long on some of the shows.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, like today, Brandy and Monica today, let's get them something today.
Right now. Yeah.
Right now.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's get
Highlight
B2K
your
something
boy.
today.
Man, for real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get Bow Wow something today.
Today. Yeah.
I want to see some of these artists, have another moment.
Yeah.
A real moment, not just a tour moment, but like a moment, like
Moment. Yeah.
the Grammy stage moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hit record moment.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jasper,
Yep.
our brother.
My brother.
Thank
My
you,
brother.
man. This
Appreciate
is-
y'all, man. It's
You're
always-
welcome back
Oh,
to the
man,
session.
you know,
come on.
Anytime.
Come on, brother.
You know,
Come on,
you know,
brother.
it's real brotherhood right here.
Yes,
people.
sir.
100%.
Yeah.
We
100%.
appreciate y'all, man. We
invite each
appreciate
other.
y'all checking us out.
Yeah.
With our guy, Big Love.
Big
Believe it.
love.
Jasper
Believe
Big Love
Yes,
Cameron.
sir.
I don't know if I ever told anybody. I can't get into it too much, but there was a show called Big Love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I fucked my life up.
He was living it. He was
loves
living
it.
it.
I was living
He was living it.
Big Love.
You know
Anyway,
what
I'm
I'm saying?
Johnta Austin.
And I'm Bryan-Michael Cox.
And I'm Jasper, Mr. Big Love Cameron.
It's a session.
It's a session,
Sessions, baby. I'm Jasper, Mr. Big Love Cameron, and you can catch me on the next episode of Sessions with my man B. Cox and Johnta Austin. Believe that. Man, I love being here with my brothers, Johnta, B. Cox. We've been doing it a long time, and it's just such a blessing to still be here and be able to live our life doing what we love to do in music, man. And the Sessions vibe is beautiful, man. It just feels so blessed, and I'm so happy